What's going on, everybody? We're here at Kennesaw State with Coach Brian Bohannon. We finally gave it a corner one-on-one by ourselves. So, how you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
First question. Growing every year, 75, 93, going for a conference championship. What can we expect for 2017, Coach?
Well, obviously the expectation here from day one was to try to win a championship. That's been the expectation, and we're going to try to continue to build on what we did last year, and hopefully we can do that, and we'll see what happens.
Let's start on the defensive side. You're losing two great corners who went on to the next level. What do you do as a defensive wide to replace that, and be able to be ready for the defense?
Well, I think there's some things in the secondary. Dante Blackman, obviously, with the Colts right now.
Yeah.
We feel like we got some corners that can come in, and I'm not saying they'll be Dante Blackman, but they're going to be able to play for us and help us win ball games. Derek Farrow, really good safety.
Yeah.
Lost him, so I think the safety spot is the one that we're really working through to find that guy that can step up and be in that trustworthy, reliable guy that myself and Coach Newberry can count on. So I think that's an area we definitely are working on.
Speaking of which, this class, this junior class and the senior class, a few years in the program, knowing what to expect. What can we expect from them as far as a leadership standpoint to get ready for this season?
Yeah, it's very different than what it's been before. We as coaches with a young football team had to lead a lot.
Right.
I think we've transitioned to more of a player-led football team right now, with our first class being redshirt juniors.
Yeah.
Been in the program now going on 4 years. They understand what's going on. They understand the expectation. So I've seen a lot more leadership, a lot more vocal leadership than we've had in previous years, and I'm excited about that.
On the offensive side, you got Chandler coming back as your starting quarterback. Still got weapons on the outside. Offensive-wise, what can we look forward to this year?
Well, I think some things we got to solidify is our center position, and then obviously losing a very productive guy like Chaston Bennett.
Yeah.
We got to find out who those slot by committee. There's not going to be one guy to be slot by committee. Darnell Holland coming back was a playmaker for us. Justin Sumter's a playmaker for us, and then we moved Bronson Rechsteiner from defense to offense, and I think he's got a chance to be a playmaker for us on offense as well.
When you look at it from losing a center position like that in this offense that you run, that's a very important piece. Do you feel like you have someone ready to come in and take over at the center position for you guys?
We got a couple guys right now. Lorenzo Adger, Jake Roberts, and Matt Frank, who's also our starting guard. Those guys are working right now at center, and we're in the process of continuing to evaluate and see where that's at.
Special teams are important. I've seen a few quotes from you, like you're working on special teams a lot.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you want to focus on as part of that special team unit?
Well, I think there's two key areas. One, consistency from our kickers and punters.
Right.
Just consistency. It don't have to be all world, just consistency. And then we got to find our returners. Who is our punt returner? Who are our kick returners? It's something we've really focused on, and we're focused on right now in fall camp. We feel like now we have enough depth and enough kids out there that we're going to be able to run around and do the things we need to, but those critical positions, returning punts especially,
right.
And then obviously, finding the right guy to kick field goals and be consistent in the kick game. I think those areas really we're focusing on right now.
First year, they didn't know what to expect. Second year, you kind of hit them on the head. Teams are knowing Kennesaw State now. They're circling this game as, oh man, we got to get ready for this team. How is it? Do you revel in those expectations, or do you want to temper for your team?
Well, it's for us. We just continue doing what we're doing. Our kids they're hungry.
Yeah.
We've talked about what we want to do, and really we haven't done anything we set out to do.
Right.
So yes, you see some progress in records and all that, but at the end of the day, we haven't done anything we set out to do. So there's so much out there for us. And I do think, obviously people know who we are. Early on they didn't. But we still have a lot to prove as a program, and our kids feel that way.
You talk about that and expectations this summer. What are you driving early to these guys to get to? 31st might seem long to some people, but it's around the corner. What are you driving this summer in these practices and all that to get to that point?
Yeah, I think the big thing for us as a football team is consistency. We've been such an emotional kind of roller coaster football team, and can we go take the level of football, the standard we believe in, can we keep it at a high level all the time, and minimize the self-inflicted wounds that get you beat in critical situations. You go back and evaluate the games you lose, and you look at specific things that happen, and that's what fall camp's about. Right now, they're all tired. Nobody feels good.
Yeah.
We just finished day 7, and it's a grind right now. But this is when you have to step it up and find a way to fight through, and not let the fatigue affect your ability to be mentally tough and do the things you need to be successful. That'll carry over into the season.
A few more questions, Coach. What I've always asked you, seem like during the press conferences throughout the years, is have you ever sat back and not sit on your laurels, but enjoyed a little bit what y'all have been able to as success? I know you haven't got what you want, which is championships, but to take this program from 0 to where we're at, how has that made you feel as a coach?
Well, I mean, I'm proud of our staff and our kids for everything they've done, the hard work. And I think the big thing is the recognition for the hard work that everybody's put in. I look at all the stuff that happens, I see it as more as recognition for the hard work that everybody in this football program's put in. So I'm proud of everybody involved. I probably don't reflect enough, to be honest with you. I probably should. We have accomplished a lot of things here. And I'm awfully proud of our kids and our staff for that.
Awesome. Last question, Coach. As a coach, what are some of the things you have to tell yourself, and it just, because you look like you're always on 100, Coach, because you like you always going and how do you relax as a coach? Because you like you're always on 100, Coach.
Yeah, I know. It's you know, one thing I learned when obviously being a head coach is that you're on all the time.
Yeah.
There's not many off times, but you know, I find times, and I rely on our staff a lot. I empower them to do their job, and I trust them. And but this is who I am. I mean, I'm this way.
Yeah.
I'm this way all the time. You know, I try to, on my drive home, I try to let my hair down a little bit and relax a little bit and take a deep breath and get home with the fam a little bit. And I got 3 kids, so there's enough of a distraction right there to get you to change it up a little bit. But you know, it's the season right now.
Right.
You know, it's that time of year. I love it. I enjoy the grind. I enjoy the pace of everything. You know, so it doesn't bother me. I look forward to this time of year.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Oh, thank you as always.
Hey, Coach Brian Bohannon, Kennesaw State Owls. See you this season.